Okay, let's start our lesson. Okay, you can take out your textbook and turn to page 104, and you will see this page. We're going to do writing today, and you are going to write a formal letter to apply for a job. So when you are writing a formal letter to apply for a job, basically you are writing about yourself. You are telling the boss or you're telling the manager that you are suitable for this job. Okay? All right, let's read through these notes here. When you write a letter applying for a job, you want the reader to think you would be good at the job. Okay, the reader here refers to the boss or the manager of that company, of the job that you're applying. Okay, so in your letter, you need to introduce yourself and include any information that is relevant to the type of work you want. Write about related qualifications you have. Okay, qualifications I have explained in the previous lesson. It means the education qualifications you have. Like for example, you have studied until SPM level, or you have diploma in which program, or you have degree in education, for example. Okay, or let's say if you have not finished SPM, maybe you have some other qualifications, like for example, you have achieved certain levels in an English exam, so this is called qualifications. Okay, other than your qualifications, you also can write about your work experience if you have any, and the things you do in your free time. You also can tell the boss about the things you like to do in your free time, because when you're telling him your hobbies, then he will get to know about your personality, and then from there he will know that whether you're suitable for this job. Okay, now this part, in an exam situation, you can use your imagination. Okay, that means not necessarily all the things you write in the exam must be something real. Okay, if you don't have certain qualifications, or you don't have any work experience, or you even don't have any related hobbies, okay, so then you have nothing to write in the exam, right? Not so in the exam you use your imagination, just create a related qualification, create a related work experience, and create something that some hobbies that is related to the job. Okay, but of course in real life situation, when you're applying for a job, you need to all the information provided must be true information. Understand that? Okay, you cannot create when you really apply for a job. Okay, but in exam situation, this is talking about exam, okay, and also later when you're doing your assignment, okay, you can use imagination. Okay, all right, very quickly we go through the first one. You are applying for a job as a hotel waiter or waitress in the summer holidays. That means this is just a temporary job. It's not a permanent job. Okay, summer holidays only. Take 6 pieces of information you would write about in your letter. Okay, actually in real situation, especially in Malaysia, I'm not sure about the other countries, but in Malaysia, if you are only applying for a temporary job, you don't really need to write a letter. Okay, but for some big company, yes, you have to, even it is only for temporarily. Okay, all right. So now very quickly here, there are a lot of informations given here. Let me choose one student to tell me what are out of all these things here, choose 6 information that you would write about in your letter. Okay, let me see. Tewasri, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Tewasri, you tell me out of this information here, okay, Which six information you would include in the letter?
My age,
Mm,
where I'm studying,
mm,
where I live,
yes,
qualification of English,
yes.
and then sports medal.
Mm-hmm. One more.
I think so. And then I work in a cafe last summer.
Okay. Actually, there is no definite right or wrong answers here. Okay, but of course, there are certain information that is compulsory. For example, like what Tewasri has mentioned, age, where you live, where you are studying, your qualifications. Okay, these are the compulsory information that you must provide to the boss. Okay, like this one, sport medals is actually optional. Okay, if you have joined sports competition and you have won some medals, of course you can tell the boss. Okay, so your boss know that this student is very good in sports. Okay, so although sport is not really related to the waiter or waitress job, okay, but from there he knows your personality. Okay, he knows that he has a athletic spirit. Okay, or this person may be good in working with people because sometimes some of the sports you need teamwork, right? Okay, so this one, I worked in a cafe last summer, refers to your working experience. Okay, so you let the boss know that you have similar working experience, then your chances of being hired will be higher. Some informations here are actually not really relevant. Like for example, my father works in a hotel. You don't have to tell the boss where your father is working. Okay, even though he's working in a hotel, doesn't mean that you can work well in a hotel also, right? And you also don't have to tell him about your chatting with friends on computer. Okay. All right. Now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, like I said before, your hobbies and experience show a lot about you. For example, if you help arrange a school excursion, you know what's a school excursion or not? It's like a school trip. Okay, that means you help to arrange for a visitation to a place. Okay, for example, you visit a factory and you have to organize it. You have to arrange. That means you are helping the teacher to organize this visitation. Okay. Then you are probably good at organizing. Okay. Good at organizing means you are very good at planning. You plan the schedule. You plan the budget. Right. Okay. Which of the skills below you will you probably have if you have done the following? Now, number 1 to 6 are some of the experience that you may have, okay? And A to G are the skills that if you have this experience, you may have need to have these skills. All right. For example, I was on the school committee for 2 years. What are some of the skills that you need in order to be a school committee? Let's go through these skills also. A, can work under pressure. Okay, for example, you are very busy because you are students and at the same time you are working. So you have to handle both working and studying. So that means you are able to work under pressure. Okay, like for maybe if let's say you are working in a restaurant, okay, and then sometimes the restaurant can be very busy, right? Can be that maybe there are a lot of customer coming. Okay, this table request for this and that customer also asking you about that. Okay, so these are also pressure, right? Now, if you are able to work under this situation, that means you can work under pressure. Okay, be good at working with people. That means you have good communication skills. You can get along with people from different backgrounds. You don't gossip. that much, but you are very good at working with them. Okay. All right. C, can do hard physical work. What do you mean by hard physical work?
like lifting things.
Yes, correct. Like you have to carry very heavy things. You have to walk for long distance. These are called hard physical work. Okay, that means you must have a strong body in order to do that, right? Okay, next, good with young children. Okay, this one is easy. That means you can play well with the children. You like children. Okay, the children also like you. Okay, good with money, good at calculation. Okay, or even good at budgeting. All right. Okay, good organizer. Okay, like I mentioned just now, you are good in planning. Okay. All right. Next one, polite and helpful. What is polite?
Sopan.
Anybody? Sopan. Yes, correct. Polite means you have very good manners. You greet people when you see them. Welcome to our shop. Okay. Good morning, sir. Okay. All these are called polite. And you are also very helpful. Okay. When the customer needs help, you don't have to wait for the customer to ask from you, but you are willing to offer help yourself. Okay. Okay, so out of these six experience, each experience you can choose more than one skills here, of course. Okay, so for example, school committee. Okay, you can choose A, can work under pressure. Not you are also good at working with people because you are working with teachers, you are working with different students. Okay, and also you are good organizer because being a school committee, sometimes you have to plan activities. Okay, so for number one, we have A, B, and F. Okay, so you can have different skills for one experience. All right. Okay, number two, I work in a bookshop during the holidays. What are the skills you could have? Can you type in the chat? If you are working in a bookshop during the holidays, what are the skills that you should have?
Can do hard physical work.
Because you need to carry books sometimes, right? You have to carry cartons of books. And Kaisin also say G, polite and helpful. Yes, correct, because you have to deal with the customers in the bookshop. You have to be polite and helpful. Okay, good. Other than that, good with money. Yes. Okay, when you collect money at the cashier, you have to be good with calculating. You cannot give wrong change to the customer, right? Be also good at working with people, correct? Okay, now number three, I help my parents on their large farm. What do you think? You're working in a large farm for your parents. What are the skills you need?
Can work under pressure.
Can work under pressure. Looks like you are very stressful working with your parents, right? Okay. Not only you, the other classes also the same. All the classes when I'm teaching this activity for this one, when mentioned about helping parents, everybody say can work under pressure. All right. Okay. Yeah, possible as well. Okay. What about the others? What are the other skills that you need when you're working in a large farm? C, can do hard physical work. Yes, of course, yeah, because working in a large farm, that means you have to run from here to there, you have to handle animals, and also you have to carry heavy things, heavy buckets of food for the animals, you know. So you have to be able to do hard physical work. Okay. All right, number 4 now. I did babysitting at the weekends. Okay, babysitting. That means you take care of babies. Good with young children, of course. What else other than this? Polite and helpful.
Polite and helpful.
Yeah, you have to be polite to the parents. You have to show good manners to the babies as well because they learn from adults. If you are very rude, then the baby will learn from you that, and then the baby will become very rude also. Okay. B, yeah, good at working with people. You have to communicate with the parents sometimes, right? Okay. A, can work under pressure. Yeah, sometimes babysitting can be very stressful as well. Okay. All right. Next, I was a captain of the sport team for 2 years. What skills that you should have as a captain of the sport team? Good at working with people. Yes. Because you are working with your teammates, right? You have to be good at working with people. Other than that, anything else? Yeah, good organizer. You have to be good in planning, can work under pressure. Yeah, sometimes when you join sports tournaments, you will feel the pressure also, right? That's why you have to work. You have to be able to work under pressure, and then also since you are captain, sometimes you have to plan strategies, right? That's why you have to be a good organizer. Next one. I work in a cafe during the busy tourist season. Busy tourist season. Okay, so what this means? As a working in a cafe, of course, you need to be polite and helpful. You can work under pressure because it's a busy tourist season. That means there will be a lot of customers in your cafe. Okay, what else? Can do hard physical work. Okay, sometimes you have to carry heavy things, right? You have to be good with money. Okay, all right. So I think basically that's it. So from this activity, your hobbies or experience will show that you have certain skills. So this is a credit for you when you include your experience in the job application letter. Okay, so now we're going to read this sample letter. Okay, this is not the assignment that you are going to do. This is the assignment for this sample letter. Your assignment is another one in page 105. Okay, now we're going to read through this sample letter first. From here, we see how to write a good job application letter. Okay, so let's go through the task first. You have seen this advertisement for a summer job. Summer shop assistant needed for our new arts and crafts shop. You need to be good at working with people, have some knowledge of arts and crafts, be able to work during the busy tourist season in July and August. Write saying why you'll be suitable for the job to Robert Brown, manager, the Art of Craft, High Street, Oxford. Okay, this is the address actually, the name of the shop, and then the address. Okay, and the name of the manager. Okay, so this is the person that you need to write a letter to. Okay, so dear, what are you supposed to fill in this line?
Robert Brown.
Do you directly write his name there?
Or maybe manager Robert Brown.
You should write, dear Mr. Robert Brown. Okay, but normally we don't write full name. Okay, dear Mr. Robert or dear Mr. Brown. Okay, understand? Or you can write, you look at the language bank, it actually provides you some example here, or you can write, dear sir. Okay, all right. Next one. So now let's start reading. I'm writing to apply for the position of, this is how you start the job application letter. Okay, state the purpose of your writing. I'm writing to apply for the position of, then what job you are applying for. Look at the advertisement. It's already mentioned there. Summer shop assistants. Assistance means helper, shop helper. Okay, so you are applying for the position of summer shop assistant. Okay, and you also have to mention from where did you see this advertisement, which I saw advertised recently on the internet. Okay, not necessarily on the internet, can be in the newspaper as well, right? But nowadays, mostly we get the information from the internet. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. You tell the purpose or the reason for you to write this letter. What is the job that you are applying for, and from where you see this advertisement. Okay, just one sentence enough. All right. Okay, the second paragraph, you start to introduce about yourself. Tell him about your qualifications and your working experience. Okay, I am a 16-year-old student at Melway High School, specializing in languages for my final exams. I have certificates at intermediate level in English and German, and I have also been learning Italian for the last year. At the weekends, I currently work as a cashier at a local supermarket. So here a bit of information about yourself. How old are you? Where are you studying? Okay. What are your qualifications? Okay, certificates at intermediate level in English and German. Okay, so it's up to you. So you can write, you have, when you talk about qualification, you say that you have certain certificates. You have this CGU. Okay, at what level? Intermediate level means in the middle, you know. Okay. Okay, in what subject? English and German. If you don't like it, so when you are doing your assignment later, if you don't like to write English, you can write, you have certificates at this in science and technology, or you want to write about in what subject you have in geography, okay, in accounting, okay. And I also have been learning Italian for the last year. This is some extra, something extra that she learned, okay. And also here she mentioned about her working experience. I currently work as a cashier. Okay, so write one. So I will advise you to write, like for example here, you at least write one qualification and write one working experience. Okay, I want you to take note here in this paragraph. Does the writer use the word qualification here? Is the word qualification being written here?
No.
No, that is not. Okay, she didn't mention the word qualification. She didn't write the word experience there. But she is writing these two things. Right now, so a lot of students, they like to write, my qualification is, you don't have to write that. And some students also like to write, my experience is, no need, you don't have to write that. Just straight away write, I have, I have certificates at which level in which subject. Okay. Working experience, you don't have to write, I have working experience. No need. You just write, I work as a, this is already showing your working experience. Understand? Okay. Now the next paragraph. In my spare time, I organize a local club where we design and build our own model aeroplanes, which be flying in competitions. Painting is another of my hobbies. And 2 of my pictures were chosen for an arts exhibition in London last year. Okay, so here she write about her hobby, right? In my spare time. Spare time means when in her free time. Okay? And she organized local club. And then she designed and built aeroplanes. And she mentioned that painting is a hobby. Okay, why is this important? Because the job she is applying for needs her to have
Is a art.
knowledge of arts and craft, right? So her hobby shows that she has knowledge of arts and craft. Understand? Okay. So, so you have to relate your hobby to the job that you are applying for. Okay. Last one. I would enjoy working full-time in your shop during the school holidays because I'm very interested in arts and craft. My experience of shop work and my knowledge of languages would, I believe, be useful, especially with summer visitors from abroad. Okay. All right. So this last paragraph tells the reader how interested is she to apply for this job. Okay. All right. Lastly, the last sentence, I look forward to, what are you supposed to fill in here? Let's look at the language bank given. Okay. Now, here. I look forward to your reply. Or, I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, this is how you end the formal letter. Okay. And lastly, after that is your signature, right? And you have to write yours. What are you supposed to fill in the blank here? Let's look at the language bank again. Yours faithfully or yours sincerely. Okay, make sure you spell these 2 words correctly and pay attention at the word yours. It has an S here, not your, it's yours. Okay, yours. Yours sincerely. Okay, make sure you spell correctly when you write this. Okay. And then only you write your name. Okay. All right. Okay, so based on this letter, this is the assignment that I have posted in the Google Classroom. Okay, this is basically what we have already discussed. Okay, so we go through these questions also. Okay, number 1, how does Jack show that he would be good at working with people? This is based on the sample letter that we have read just now. How does Jack show that he would be good at working with people? Can you tell me?
Jack currently works as a cashier at a local supermarket and he can organize a local club.
This shows that he would be good at working with people, right? Okay, good. Thank you. All right, number 2, Fadila.
Because he currently works as cashier at local supermarket.
Yes, correct. Very good. So since he's working as a cashier, so this shows that he must be good at working with money, right? Okay, number 3, Kaisin.
Yes, he will be good at working under pressure.
Why?
Because he like to do the art and also for the graph for the shop.
How to show that he can work under pressure?
He had do the experience for the time.
That means he is also working now, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And he is studying at the same time, correct or not?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So this shows that he can balance between working and studying. So this shows that he is actually good at working under pressure. Okay, good. All right, number 4. How do you know he would be able to work in July and August? What do you all think?
School
Uh-huh.
holidays.
School holidays, right? Okay, yes, thank you very much. Okay, all right, now number 5. Would you give him the job, Jana?
Yes, because Jay has good experience where he used to work as a cashier in a local supermarket, so he must be good with money and he will be very helpful.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, last one. Does he start every sentence with I?
No.
No. Okay. Let's look at the sentences. Okay. The first sentence he start with I, and then he say, I am 16 years old. I have this certificate. Now here, at the weekends, I currently work as a cashier. Okay, but he didn't start with I, he start with at the weekends. Here he start with in my spare time. All right. And then here he didn't say my hobbies. He said painting. It start with the hobby. Painting is another of my hobbies. And then next one, I would enjoy working full time. My experience, okay, will be useful. Okay. Actually, this sentence he can start with I also, right? I believe my experience of work should and my knowledge would be useful. But he put I believe in the middle instead. So it won't start with I. Okay. So he is actually trying not to start all the sentence in I. Okay. Now, the writer avoids starting every sentence with I by beginning sentences with phrases that tell us when he does something or what he does, right? Underline 3 examples in the letter in 4, then rewrite the following information in a similar way in your notebook. Now, I have already told you the 3 examples, right? He tells us when he does something from here, right? In my spare time. This is one example. Okay. Another example, at the weekends. You see, he start with when he do these things. Okay. And then what he do. Painting is another hobby. You know, so 3 examples here. He didn't start the sentence with I. And also this sentence, my experience of shop work. Okay. He start with something he do instead of start with I. Okay, so now I want you to try to rewrite these sentences. I enjoy camping in the summer with my club. I also do diving as a hobby. I have won 2 bronze medals. I often go skiing with my parents during the winter. Okay, so already have so many I. All these sentences start with I. Can you try to rewrite these sentences so that not all the sentences start with I? Okay, I want you to straight away type in your chat box. Farhan say, diving is also one of my hobbies. Yes, correct. Okay, so you have changed the second sentence. I also do diving as a hobby, and you change it to diving is also one of my hobbies. Okay, good. I will type this here. Diving is also one of my hobbies. What about the other sentences? What about the first sentence? Anyone? 2 bronze medals as my achievement. Okay, but you have to rephrase a little bit here. Okay, maybe I think the bronze medals refers to diving also, right? Okay, so you can combine these two sentences actually. Diving is also one of my hobbies, which I have won 2 bronze medals. Diving is also one of my hobbies, and I have won 2 bronze medals. During summer, I enjoy camping with my club. Okay, very good. This one. First sentence, right? During summer, I enjoy camping with my club. Okay, what about the last sentence? I often go skiing with my parents during the winter. How to rephrase it? Switch the time to the front. Understand that? Switch during the winter to the front. Okay, so you write during the winter. I often go skiing with my parents. Okay? So you have all these sentences restructured without having all start with I. Okay? Okay, now let's proceed to the next task. This is the writing task that you are going to do. You have seen this advertisement for a job. Winter holiday shop assistant needed for 2 weeks at our large sports shop. Now, just now the example you read is in an art and craft shop. Now, this one is the sports shop. Okay, it's different. And also a temporary job for 2 weeks. You need to be good at working with people. You need to have some knowledge of variety of sports. And you need to be able to work over the New Year period. Write saying why you would be suitable for the job to Mary Swan. Mary Swan is man or woman?
Woman.
Woman, right? Okay, so if woman, you use sir or madam. You use madam, right?
Madam.
Yes. Okay. So like the example letter that we have read just now, you have to show that you're good at working with people from your working experience, okay? And or some activities that you join in school, understand? Okay. Have some knowledge of a variety of sports, okay? Also, that means you must tell the boss that you have joined certain sports activities or you have certain achievement in sports to show that you have knowledge of sports. Okay. All right. Look at the language bank here. Okay. The first part, these are the phrases that you need to write a formal letter. Okay. Talking about experience, you can use these phrases recently, currently. Currently means now. Recently means like kebelakangan ini. Or you can say during last year or for the last 2 years or at the weekends, or you can say during the last holidays. And also this is to show the time when you have this working experience. Okay, how to show you working with people. Okay, so you have experience in working in a shop or a cafe, or you have been a member of a team, a sport team or club. You have been a trainer or organizer, or you are on a committee. Okay. And these are different sports. Water skiing, surfing, rock climbing, hiking, canoeing, sailing, skiing, snowboarding, football, rugby, athletics, gymnastics. Okay. These are different sports that you can include in your letter. No need to write all, just choose one or two. Okay. Now this is the plan. Paragraph 1, state your reason of writing and where you saw the advertisement. Okay, so you can look at the example letter. Okay, you can use the same sentence, just change the position. Summer shop assistant, change to winter holiday shop assistant. Understand? Okay. Without the S, without the S, because you are only one person. Okay, it's supposed to be singular. Okay, without S. All right. Next one. Paragraph 2. Tell about your age, details of study, where are you studying, or what subjects are you studying, or what are you specialized in. Okay, so like for your class, you're specialized in, what are you specialized in? Geography and accounting, right? Are you taking accounts?
Perniagaan.
Perniagaan, okay. So business, okay, you're specialized in business and geography. Okay, relevant qualifications. Okay, just write at least one qualification. If you don't know how, you just create one only. Okay, I have certificate in advanced level in English, okay, and then also give work experience, right? At least one working experience. Okay, I have been working as a promoter in Giant supermarket for 2 years, for example. Okay. Paragraph 3, relevant interest and achievement. It says relevant here. That means it has to be related to sports because you are applying job in a sports shop. Okay, so you must show your interest in sports. If you have, and if possible, write also achievement. Okay, like the one you did just now. Give a sport. Diving is also one of my hobbies, and I have won 2 bronze medals. Paragraph 4, say why you are suitable for the job and that you are able to work over New Year. You have to say this. Okay, so look at the example letter, how the writer say this. Okay, the writer will say, I would enjoy working full-time in your shop during the school holidays. Okay, so you say during the New Year period. You change the school holidays to during the New Year period. Okay, because I am very interested in sports. Okay, so my experience of what is your working experience and my knowledge of languages, okay, or your knowledge of sports would be useful, especially with not summer visitors anymore. This time is winter visitor. Your task is talking about winter. Okay. All right. Clear how are you supposed to do this task?
Yes.
Good. All right. Okay, so this is going to be your assignment. So I believe you can do it. Okay, then I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.